Welcome back everyone. I hope you all are doing great. This is the second part of our 6-hour flight on Air India's A350 business class. On this flight, we will continue our onward flight from Mumbai to Chennai. What you're seeing now is me doing a walkthrough along the entire cabin of this beautiful bird. The cabins are business, premium economy and economy, all one after the other. Remember how in my previous video I told you the cabin head was so amazing and told me that I could move around the aircraft and explore the entire cabin? That was truly incredible. I do understand that this was preconditioned with me not annoying other passengers or causing any safety hazard to the aircraft. Of course, I obliged to both of the things. However, one of the lesser crew members spoiled my mood by being a total retard. As I walked back shooting from economy to business class, the crew member stopped me and said that recording is not allowed and asked me to get back to my cabin. Another cabin crew member whispered in his ear informing I was traveling in business. I would generally have no issues with people asking me to stop recording, but here are a few things that bothered me. A. I was traveling in business and I was in my cabin, which means he presumed things without confirming, which for a cabin crew is both ridiculous and untrustworthy. B. The cabin head encouraged me to share my experience while this lunatic was clearly defying his superior. C. He said recording is not allowed, whilst I see people recording this aircraft every day and nobody tells them that recording isn't allowed. D. He was clearly rude and disrespectful. Although I apologized and moved away from the side, it definitely left a scar in my mind about this experience. On this perfectly amazing flight, he was the prick that bothered and annoyed me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Needless to say, I wasn't going to undermine the efforts of the entire company because of one thick-brained, ignorant individual. Coming back to our flight, for welcome drink I was given an option between orange juice and coconut water. I decided to try the coconut water this time. Let's quickly explore the seat again. Of course, nothing is different from our previous flight. I quickly hung my denim jacket in the coat locker and sat back, relaxing and waiting to depart. The crew came around asking if I wanted a new pair of headphones, and I declined since I hadn't even used the one provided on the previous flight. This time the business class was full and I had to sit in my assigned seat 3A. The cabin head personally came and expressed his grief that he couldn't assign me any other seats, and of course I said it's absolutely okay and the considerateness was appreciated. The boarding completed on time and the jet bridge was detached. After a quick but slightly long pushback, we were ready to taxi. Air India's queen of the skies, the Boeing 747-400, stands on Mumbai's tarmac after it was stored. The engines are started while the safety demonstrations are happening. Air India has still not filmed its safety demonstration video, so the crew still does the job. In business class, where the seat walls were quite high, the crew would literally run from the front to the back to show the safety procedures. Look at that beautiful Boeing 747. Air India, if you're listening, do something. We want to fly this beauty again. It's sad that I didn't even get off at the airport of my home city, but nonetheless, what's about to come will cover it up. After the takeoff, we banked left to head southeast to fly towards Chennai. That is when we saw these amazing scenes of Mumbai. If you're somebody who knows Mumbai well, you can spot some iconic places of Mumbai, including the Mahalakshmi Racecourse, Bandra Sea Link, under construction Coastal Road, and the Chowpatty Beach. Comment down below if I've missed something peculiar. A quick mango smoothie was served before the meal. Since it was quite bright outside, I didn't want to sleep, but I did recline the seat to a comfortable position. I also wanted to inspect the ivory screen for any buffering. However, it was really smooth and didn't give me anything to complain about. The table was laid out for my third breakfast of the day. This time again, I chose the chicken sausage with omelette. I did want to try out the vegetarian option for diversity, but well, who can fight with the non-veg lover in me? The meal was literally the same, only the omelette looked slightly different, and the mango yogurt was replaced with a raspberry yogurt. I tried eating the corn syrup with a croissant this time, and it did taste quite good. Although I was quite full already, I did end up eating 3 breakfasts that day. During the breakfast service, the weather was quite turbulent and the wings were shaking aggressively. For the tea or coffee service, I decided to go with some chai. Apparently, after the mishap with the crew member who I never saw again, I was a little bummed and wasn't feeling all that excited. I had this feeling that the cabin head realized this and was more proactive and motivated in his service towards me. I might be thinking too much, but he started taking extra care of me. He even asked me if I was bothered by the glare and if he should lower the window shields, a kind of considerateness which on a full flight is quite rare. I didn't even realize how quickly time passed, and we had already begun our descent into Chennai. As we're descending into cloudy and turbulent Chennai skies, it's time to do some reflecting on this flight. Just like the previous flight, this flight was absolutely spotless. Perfect seats, amazing meals, very humble and kind crew in business class. As for that one little mishap, I think it would be really mean and snobbish of me to judge the entire flight because of one small petty incident. However, I don't think the pettiness of the incident is an excuse for it to be allowed. Air India is in a state of red and it is rapidly changing and innovating to become better. It needs to leave behind and dissociate itself from anything that would be holding it back, whether it's a practice or an individual. Simply put, it needs to encourage its crew to become more like the crew I had in business class, whilst get rid of incompetent members like the one heckling me. Like always, I'll let you enjoy that landing and we'll get back after we've touched down. All in all, this was another amazing flight on Air India's A350. If I had to rate it out of 5, it would be a solid 4.8. You know where it lost a 0.2. One other thing that you would have noticed is that Air India didn't provide any amenity kits like it advertises. The crew told me that this will most likely be available when Air India starts flying this aircraft on the international routes. Knowing that was sad, but okay. It's time to leave this beautiful bird. Just as much as I will miss it, my feet were craving to be on the ground again. Welcome to Chennai's Terminal 4, where Air India recently moved its operations. Chennai was extremely hot, but I will be here only for a few hours before heading back on my next trip. Stay tuned for more such videos. Thank you for all your time.